mothers, you are welcome back to the Giftio Conversations. I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have been supporting us, watching our videos, subscribing, liking, commenting. Thank you so much. This particular episode is being recorded on Mother's Day. So I want to say a happy Mother's Day to all the women. Thank you so much, our mothers. Today we have an exciting episode. I'm going to be talking to, I would say, one of my students, even though I did not teach her directly, but I have grown to love her and I have been monitoring her progress. Not that I'm stalking her, but I've been monitoring her progress so far. And I think she's doing great work and I want her to share her story with us. Hi, Zipporah.
Hi, Madam Gifty. You actually taught me.
I did?
Numerical methods, yeah.
Oh, okay. That class was huge. So yeah, actually, it was biomedical and agric engineering, right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're welcome to the Giftio Conversation.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to.
You are welcome. Now, when did you graduate from University of Ghana?
2021. I think that's like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Time really flies.
Wow. I know, right? I know.
Were you part of the COVID, the group of students who encountered COVID?
Oh, yes. You were the COVID babies.
Yeah.
The COVID graduates.
So your graduation was online, right?
Online, yes. Very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. A moment you will never forget.
Wow. There is a special thrill when you are graduating in person.
I know, right?
Yeah.
With all the food and then the gifts.
I'm sorry you had to miss it.
We give glory to God in all things.
Yeah. You know, there has been a gradual shift from in-person meetings to online meetings and stuff like that. And people are actually pushing for online education. I want you to tell us your experience about online education and online graduating as an engineering student. What do you think?
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much to your team and yourself for the opportunity once again. And then to all your subscribers, I'd like to say thank you. Please, if you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe.
Thank you.
So I think personally I was happy, not because of the COVID, but because of the fact that we had to study online. Because for me, I think there were a lot of things I was trying to combine in my life at that moment. So to study online was, for me, I was very happy, not because of the pandemic, but for the fact that I could be in the comfort of my home and still do my assignments or my project. Yes, I was really happy. I always say the effect was that class wasn't effective. So I was really, my question was, those of us who graduated within this period, what at all did we grab? Because it felt like everything was in a rush. That's how I saw it. I felt everything, like we had to compress everything. Sometimes the network was very bad.
Yeah.
So we just end up the lecturer saying that, oh, I'll send this textbook or this note to you. And we did graduate by the grace of God, but I think it was grace, because if you should ask most of us what we learned within that period, it'd be very interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. Myself, as someone who taught people during the COVID period, you realize that attendance was very low and everyone could give an excuse that their network was bad, even if the network was good. And you are not seeing the faces of the students. You can't tell whether they understand. You know, sometimes when you are teaching something, you can tell from the faces of the people that they really don't get what you are teaching.
Exactly.
But online, nothing. It was as if you were just talking to yourself, hoping that the students will get it. So yeah, it was an interesting moment. You said that you were combining a lot of things during that period. What were you really doing during that period?
Do I even remember? But I would say, I think, I don't know if I told you, I was selling on campus too. I don't know if you knew about that, yes. So I was trying to make some money on campus and combine that with my academics. So, and of course, with church activities and other volunteering activities, I was trying to juggle all this with my academics. So it felt like the pandemic brought some sort of ease, even though I couldn't even work to get money, but at least I could, let me say, relax. Let me put it that way. That sort of pressure. My only issue with the pandemic was within that period, I was also the women engineering president, and we were trying to host a very big program at La Bonnie in collaboration with Visa. That's also a STEM organization. And unfortunately, pandemic said hello to us.
Yeah.
So we couldn't have that. Yeah, that was going to be, I think, a very big program for us because we also wanted to give scholarships to young girls. Yeah. And unfortunately, COVID said hello to us. So we couldn't have that project. Yeah. And that would have been an achievement for me as well. Yes, because we didn't mind tenor, and then I hosted that program and it happened that week. So I think that was for me, that's very, very terrible for me within that period. Because we had worked so hard. The letters, the ups and downs, the transportations. And it just felt like, oh my God, like all the efforts we had put from them to the previous semester to that semester had just gone to waste. Yeah, so yeah, I think that was for me.
You told me about that project. I knew about that project, and it was sad. It was sad that we couldn't reach out to the younger generation because of COVID. But I hope that the current wine president, viewers, wine is women in engineering. So I hope that the current wine president will just push so that such events would become a norm. Yeah. Let me take you back. Okay. You did agricultural engineering, right?
Yes. Yes.
Why did you do agricultural engineering? Was it something you had always wanted to do?
Not at all. I didn't even know there was something known as engineering.
Really?
Yeah, yes, I knew. I think actually there's no engineer in my family. So, we are used to doctors, lawyers, teachers, like there's some professions you normally hear.
Yeah.
But engineering, like I had not really heard of like an engineer. We know of contractors. We don't really know engineers. We don't really know of engineers. So what happened was when I was applying for schools, actually my teacher in secondary school applied for me. And I wanted to do optometry. And he said, yes. And he said that, oh, the agric sector is developing. I know you're a good student. So you let me add agric engineering to it because we didn't know what to put there for my third choice.
Yeah.
And he just put it there and I had it. And my mom wasn't happy about it. Wow. Because she said she had heard that a lot of guys even drop their course, they're not able to do it, and then they don't get jobs. And I also had that, I also had that course, and it was messed up in my house. She wanted me to defer. Oh, that period was funny in my house. I didn't know what to do because my mom wasn't happy. She felt like they'll just waste money. And I'll end up just being in the house. And even the fact that guys are dropping, she felt like you can't do it. That was the situation in my home here. Okay, so my grandpa went like, every time you get your third choice, you don't get the choice you want.
Oh no.
Yes, and then it happens, and he actually said that it happens that most of the time, what you don't want ends up being so good for you. And my dad was like, oh, go ahead and do it. If you finish and you don't get a he said everyone's destiny is different, so you can do it. If you finish and you don't like the course, fine, you can do something else because university is let me say a platform, a foundation to a higher whatever career or something. So why don't I start? If I'm done and I want to do something else, why not? But I didn't have a vision, if I should put it that way. Like it's like, oh, I'm going to do agric engineer, I'm going to University of Ghana, because we had heard going to university, double stress. Like you can do whatever you want. There's no headmistress, there's no SDAT, that sort of feeling. Exactly. So there was more excitement in going to uni than even the course. So of course we had other experiences here.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, Zipporah, did your mom feel that you said she mentioned that even guys drop the course. So did she just feel that it was too difficult for you to do it, or is it that she just didn't want her daughter to go into agric engineering?
Actually, my mom has not really gone to school. So she doesn't even know what agric engineering is.
Yeah.
But for the fact, she actually told me that she asked people about. So my mom is that sort of person that she would talk to those who have been to school, those who are literate, and ask them, oh, my daughter got this course. What do you think about this course? And that is when she heard that, oh, it's a very difficult course. So, hey, can she do it? Even guys are even dropping that sort of mindset.
Yeah.
And so she felt like, hey, then this course my daughter is going to do. Exactly. That was the sort of notion that was created in my mom's head. Yeah, so she felt like, why don't I go for something easy that at least I'll go in university here.
She didn't know she had a tough daughter.
I know, right?
Wow. So what was your experience like when you actually entered the course? Because I know that if you have a passion for something, it's easier to do. But how was your experience like?
Okay, so I have this sort of mindset that if I'm positioned somewhere, I have to find a purpose. That is me. And I really didn't even know what I wanted to be. You know how sometimes you're asked, so we all meet in the house, maybe like as a family meet, people are saying they want to be this, they want to be that. I really didn't know what to say. So I started researching on what an agric engineer was and the career objective and what I could be, and trying to give myself a purpose to even be in that class. So I remember when you asked me what do I want to be, I'll be like, I wanted to be a safety something. I think there was something I used to say, I've forgotten. So it gave me some sort of purpose. It had to do with water. Yes, I gave myself a purpose. It had to do with water. You get something on irrigation or something, but I really didn't even know what it was going to be. I just knew I had given myself a purpose because it was nice to tell people that, oh, I want to be this, and then share my knowledge on what I had read. Not like I even knew what that was. Yes, but when I entered, I went to see the late administrator, Madam Jennifer. May her soul rest in perfect peace. I told her that, Madam, I want to change my course. I didn't want to do engineering. Yes, can you do something about it and write to the School of Public Health and they could put me there or something, or do biochemistry? And she was like, so she told me that, do I have my grades, there was C results with me or something? And she was like, oh, Zipporah, your science and your maths is good. So why do you want to change? I was like, Madam, it's the grace of God. I don't even know how I had those results.
Wow.
And so she went like, if I should go and sit in the class for a semester. If I don't like whatever is being taught, then we'll see what we can do about that. And later on, I passed by her office and I was like, oh, I'm enjoying the class. It's not that difficult. I can do it.
Yeah.
So that's how I continued with the course without wanting to enjoy. I just gave myself a purpose to be there. And it wasn't as difficult as my mom had said, people, blah, blah, blah.
True.
I won't say it was smooth for me. Fun fact, if now I'm done with school, so I could laugh about it. I was actually in my lower before I completed because I failed the course. I didn't understand how I failed the course. It was calculus.
Wow.
I didn't even understand how I failed the course because everything I learned was what came with the exams. and actually had an F. Like, I was crazy.
An
And I
F.
went, yes, an F. I remember I went to see the lecturer, that was Mr. Williams, and he told me that if I really did so well, I would have passed because my, the 30% was so good. So it's either I was copying, doing the I or something. And he told me
Wow.
I had to either see, he directed me to someone to help me. I had to pay money. And I was like, no, I'll find my way out. And at that time, I didn't know you could talk to your HOD about these issues. I didn't know about that. So I just went, I was so down. It affected my, let me say, that's my grades for the semester. And I didn't know how to tell my mom because I had already been told in the house that it was difficult. At
Yeah.
that, at that moment, so my dad was sick. So I couldn't go to him for money because everything was spent on his health.
Yeah.
So and that was also the beginning of my journey of selling. Yes, that's how that also
Wow.
started. Yes, and I just don't know what happened. I think within that period, my uncle sent me money. So that was actually my budget for the it had to be called supplementary or something. Like if you are rewriting the paper. God, I forgot it.
Yeah, supplementary exam.
Yeah, supplementary exam. And no, I learned that there were two. You have to study on your own and write, or you reset in a class. And I told myself that no, everybody will know that I failed. So I'll sort myself out.
Yeah.
And I really cried. And I because you don't know who to talk because I am, let me say, I'm models to people. People come to you for advice. People call me to talk to younger people to help them, and just going to talk like exposing yourself, you failed. I just feel like I failed all the people around me. So within me, I have to find a way through this. And I don't know, God being so good, through my period of selling, I had sold to one of the graduates blog. I was in Equafo Hall Annex C. So Annex D was posted as, and I had made a friend in the other, that was in the graduates blog. And I don't know what happened. I just told him that, oh, I filled a PayPal and I really don't know how to go about it. And he was like, oh, I have a friend. He can help you out. He's at the mathematics department. And that was it. The guy didn't take money from me. He just dedicated his time. He was also a TA there. He dedicated his time for me throughout the whole period. So let me say the vacation, he spent his time with me teaching me. And then I wrote the exams and I passed. I had a B plus.
Wow.
And even that one, I knew I'll get a B plus because there was one particular question I knew I'll get it wrong because we had solved it. But I think they changed the let me see, the division. I think there was something that was changed, so it just confused me. You know how sometimes you blame something and then when something small is changed, they confuse. That's my situation because I just wanted to write and leave, and I was surprised to see some of my friends there in the class because I thought I was the only one who had failed.
Yeah.
So that was good for me, and so now he has been like we've been in touch, and I just see it as it was God's plan for me to sell, to meet someone, for me to feel, and for the guy to become so close to me to help me. I just felt like it was all in God's plan. So that's how it happened. And I think I was I went as low as 2.3 within that period. And that was when I even took positions. That's the funny thing. And that was when I became the wine president, of course.
I mean, I don't even know what to say because most of the time when you know that your grades are going down, you feel that you have to put everything on hold so that you can push. But wow, well done.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Well done. So much. And you were a good wine president. You were all over the place. You were pushing so hard.
Actually, that was the aim. That was the aim. I felt wine wasn't known. That is what, I went for the position last minute. So before that, people, I don't know whether you know this lady. She was in biomed. She is Wemoki for Sina. People knew she was the only one going to stand for the position. So I went last minute. I had people asking me, why won't you go for the wine position? And I was like, so there's something called wine. So I started I wanted to know what wine is up. And I felt like then they have not been doing a good job. I want to be there. I want to be the one to create that change. That was my mindset. And because of course, I had lots of friends in biomed. People thought I was from biomed. And I happened to have lots of boots. Yes. And I remember I had people saying that the ISAC, that is Engineering Students Association, they were not doing so well. So what change am I bringing on board? And I remember telling one guy that we always say, what am I? That is, we the leaders, what are we bringing on board? Have they also asked what they're also bringing on board as the receivers? Have they thought about that? And the guy was like, okay. So yes, I was telling him that I can only succeed in my position if they would work together with me. I can have my policies, but my policies cannot be implemented or it can't be successful if they also do not work with me. So that was what happened, and then I ended up winning.
Definitely. That's a mindset I wish that everyone would have. Most of the time when we elect people, both at the national level, organizational level, we feel that the responsibility falls on them alone. And if something goes wrong, we just point fingers. We have people to point fingers at. And that is a mindset I wish would change, starting from as low as our primary schools upwards. Yeah. What were you selling in school?
Oh, okay. I started with shito. And then
Wow.
yes, I started selling fried yam with gizzard, with sausage, with fish, with chicken. Yes. So that's how it started. Yeah.
Wait, you were selling like it wasn't a, when you said you were selling, I thought maybe handmade slippers that, for example, pasta would be there. But then this one is like someone orders from you and you have to prepare it, right?
Exactly.
How did you find the time to do that?
I know actually. Yeah. So I would say I've been selling at a very young age because I wanted money. So I used to sell the stationeries I was given when I was in primary 4 or 5. And then my mom will be angry because she feels like if my friends need pencils, what am I selling? And I was like, I also want money because anytime it's break time, everybody's buying. I'm not getting anything to buy. So we took care of that and they started giving me money. But with uni, I just knew I needed the money. Like, when you need something, like you had to find ways and means to make sure you. What happened was I started asking my friends if I should sell, would they buy? That's what I started doing. If I should sell this, would they buy? And they were like, oh, why not? I think maybe because we are friends as well. That's why they were so excited. And I picked days that classes were not stressful. Like maybe you have some days, maybe you have just 2 classes, some days just 1 class. So those are the days I picked. Yes. And I will shop during the weekends. Then maybe I'll peel the yam before going to class. I could soak it in the salty water. Then when I come back, I'll just put it in the oil. And I'll say I really had good roommates because they didn't cook a lot. So I'll tell them that, oh, I'm cooking today. And then they know that I'll be using the balcony. Yes. So that's what happened. So I would advertise that, oh, I'm selling maybe on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I like to know the orders available. Exactly. Then I prepare towards that. And there were actually moments I had to buy protein or let me say chicken or fish from Basement Plus or Maxi because I couldn't prepare. It was so interesting. I had to run. And there are times there was no delivery guy in the evenings. So I actually run to diaspora back, and sometimes the yam is burnt. And I'll be like, oh, you guys, you didn't watch the food for me. And they're like, oh, I didn't show them. Because in my mind, I thought, oh, it would be short. I could just run and come back because when I put it in, it wasn't really frying the way I wanted it to be. So there are times too that I'll just be like, oh, can you meet me in the middle? That was our Jubilee. So I'll prepare it, yes, I'll prepare it in bulk and I'll be like, oh, please, can you meet me at Jubilee? Then I'll run off to Jubilee and give it and charge you for delivery because I have wasted my energy.
Wow, Zipporah.
That's what I used to do. So I just try as much as possible to get some money at every point in time because I felt like I need the money. And what I was getting wasn't enough from home because they felt like this is a lot. But for me, I know we had to buy a lot of things in school. And of course, I have branded myself in such a way that I don't like to go and throw my worries on people. I have to find a way to solve my problem. That is me. I have to find a way to solve it because I felt like people will listen to your story, but they won't help. So I'm the only one supposed to find a solution to it. So that was me. Always keep moving forward. That was the theme I kept on running with. Keep moving forward, and that's how it has been.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. It's interesting that anytime I talk with my students, you get to know that it is not just the education they had to worry about. They had to worry about other things as well. And that gives you have to give them credit, some form of credit for going through, yes, all that they went through and then still coming up, graduating with amazing classes. Let's talk about one of your mother's fears. She said that when you finish agricultural engineering, she doesn't even know the work you would be doing. Tell us about your experience after school.
Oh my God. How do I start? So I would say my experience, I hate it when people try to limit the fact that you're an agric engineer. You know, I've been working with engineers for some time. And you can say you did electrical engineer, don't know the company to put you. You could say you did computer engineering, don't know where to put you. You could say you did civil or the other fields of engineering. But immediately you say agric engineer, they want to put you on the farm. And I'm like, there are a lot of divisions in agric engineering. Agric engineering is not limited to just farm machineries. You have to be on the farm. There are a lot because, you know, with our course, we did something on electrical, we did something on computer, we did something of crops, we did something on even entrepreneur, we did something on law. Like we touched on every little bit of everything from other fields of engineering. But immediately you say agric engineering, they want to limit you. So with me, actually, I would say when I was done with school, I wasn't employed, let me put it that way. I was running my own business as usual. I've been my bags, that and the other products. And I would say I wrote letters to places that I think that I could be employed. And the question is, you did agric engineering. What are you looking for in this? That has been my major issue. And I'm like, I can do a lot of things. Even people that even did not do the country we find ourselves in, you would talk to some people and you realize that they didn't even do a course related to it's not even close to the industry's aim or perspective or vision, but they had the job. So why is it that if we say that you study science or engineering, you can work anyway? And my position, somebody tries to limit me. That has been my issue. But at the moment, I'm working with Built Path. It's an engineering consultancy as a business developer. Yes, so that's the my position at the moment. But I'm still looking for where I want to actually develop my career objective. Yeah, so that's it.
It's an interesting story you are telling me. Most of the time, we feel that if I studied law as an undergraduate, I must be a lawyer. If I studied computer engineering, I should be able to fix phones or fix laptops. If I studied agricultural engineering, I should be on the farm. But what people fail to notice is that the university education, even though it is specialized compared to senior high school, it is just to help the individual grow their network and think analytically so that they would be able to fit anywhere. As long as the person has the passion to be in a certain place and has the drive for it, they should be given the opportunity to do that. I am sorry that In fact, I won't say they, all of us, we are part. I'm sorry that we put students in boxes depending on what they studied in school. I noticed that you are selling bags. How did that start?
Okay, so as usual, I try to always find there's an opportunity and something that is, I think that is me to my gift or something. Yeah. And what happened? I saw someone advertising back that when I was on campus, and I asked the person that, are you the one who sells it? The person said, oh no, this person sells it. So I was like, oh, I would like to buy one. And can I have the person's number? And that was how it happened. And I started working with the person as a partner, and that is how it has been.
Wow.
So I registered my business when I was on campus. I registered my business when I started. I registered in such a way that it's an enterprise. So I have a lot of things under that business because I have a bigger vision for it. But I learned in Ghana, if you limit it, you'd have to re-register it. So I decided to make such a way that if I want to develop a new perspective or project or a business, I can still do it under Noels. Noels is the name of my business. So I could still put it there. So I have Noels Afrique, as you've been saying, it's selling the African bag, the handmade bags for ladies, and the slippers, the sandals, the earrings. So that was the perspective. So when I was on campus, it was Noel's kitchen for the food. Yes. So that is how it has been. And I've been working with the person for like 4 years now, and has been a good experience. After when I said it wasn't easy, seriously, it wasn't easy. And during COVID too, I won't say COVID, after school, it was, things were slow. So I started doing skincare. I don't know that you saw that I was selling soaps and okay, yeah. So that one too, I saw a friend selling soaps and stuff. And I asked her that, oh, does she do it herself? She said yes. And I was like, I want to start, teach me how to do it. And she said, okay. And seriously, you know how out of nowhere you come out and you're selling skin products. People are so concerned because they are really careful, because it's the skin, it's the face, what they put on them is very important. So of course, you're a business person, how you sell the product is very important. True. So, and for me, I use every single thing I buy. I just don't sell it because someone is selling it. I want to have my experience and tell my story about whatever I am selling. So that was it for me, and it was very good. When I was doing my national service, I held one lady. She had this skin issue. She said she used a product and it's really destroyed her. You could actually see the pores on her face. I literally see the pores around her cheek. Wow. So she was even saying that she give her soap, and I was like, no, I don't think you need soap. You need this particular oil. And she was really excited. She didn't really believe me. She thought she was tested. And when I was leaving, the whole place was covered. I also had one national service person with a skin disease. She went to the hospital. It wasn't working. And I told her that we are testing. It's an experiment we are doing. I can't really tell if it will work. So with the other lady with the skin issue, I thought I should add a medicine my mom gives me to the soap. And I told her that she should pray over it before taking it. So the next day she called me that she had a running tummy. And I told her that, oh, then it's good. Maybe that whatever is wrong with her is in her tummy. And the things, whatever was on her skin started fading off. She couldn't wear short sleeve, but she started wearing short sleeve. And I became like, oh, when you need a skin something, people come to me because I had solved two people's issue at the workplace. Wow. So that's why I started. Yeah. But when things got expensive, I dropped the skin products and continued with the bags and then the other products. Yeah.
Wow, this is an example of how the economy actually affected business people. Because if your product worked as well as you are saying, then it should have boomed, if not for the fact that things got expensive.
Yeah.
Would you start again if you get, for example, an investor?
With the skin products?
Yes.
Oh, I would say that no, not because it's not good. It's not good anything. Yes, but I feel like now I have a lot of things on my table. You know, now I have an NGO as well.
Yeah.
So, and I think a lot of people, I would rather want to invest in the bags because
Okay.
there are actually things that I want to add to it that I can't because, of course, I don't have money to do that. Yes, so I want to take it one step at a time, try to develop, of course, my market, and then when I introduce the new product, boom, like you get it. Like when I increase the price, you understand why I've increased the price.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So,
It's good you mentioned your NGO. What does
okay.
your NGO do?
Okay, so first of all, the name of my NGO is Asase and Friends Network. If you don't know what Asasea means, and the Akan, or let me say in Ghana, Asasea means Mother Earth or Mother Nature. Yes. And we are an environmental organization that is looking forward to build young environmental activists through arts and education. Now, how did I even start and how did I even start this whole environmental organization? I know
Yeah.
people have been asking, yes. So some years back, there was a flood. I don't remember the year, but I know I was young. I was in primary or JHS or so. No, I was not in JHS, I think primary. And my cousins had to come and stay with us for some period because of the flood. And I remember we all used to blame the government that they've not properly I think when it comes to building and through gutters, we all blame, of course, adults are talking and you're listening. So yeah,
Yeah.
they're all blaming the government and all that. And I used to really see how stressed they got because if they were waking up at 5, they had to wake up at 4:30 to go to school because they were not schooling close to where we were because they had even moved from a very far place to our end. And I saw how stressed they would be because then they come home, they are tired, they had to bath, eat, and do their homeworks. I saw that stress. So I thought that maybe if I become a politician, I could change something. So that is when I wanted to be a politician because I thought it looks like in our world, in order to change something, you needed to have power. So everywhere I found myself, if I wanted to change something, I had to stand for a position.
Wow.
That's how I saw it. Yes. And I think through it all, I didn't know that or let me say, at that time I had not heard about climate change. Let me put it that way. And I also didn't know that our activities were caused by, or then some of the disasters or the crisis we face were caused by some of our actions. We just either blame the government or somebody who is somebody we know in power. And of course, when it comes to cleaning our environment, we know we have to clean our environment, but we didn't really know that if our neighbor doesn't clean his environment, it could also affect me tomorrow.
Yeah.
All we care was about my home is clean. So I don't care if Ama Kofi's home is on time. After when the mosquito comes and bites them, forgetting that mosquito is not stationed at one place.
Yeah.
Or when there's flood, it doesn't rain in one person's home. So let me say, I didn't really think of starting an environmental organization at that period. I thought of being a politician at that period. Yes. And I also of course, I attend Pentecost, and I remember there was one time our current chairman, Apostle Eric Namiche, he said something. He said that when you are not around, when somebody mentions your name, what would they say about you? That really got to me because I felt like my grandpa is an apostle in the church. He's in the person of Apostle SK. So when you go to a mission house and you mention his name, people would attend to you. There is sort of like the treatment is different. So I asked myself if my children or if I should go somewhere else and somebody should mention my name, what would the person think about me? What sort of treatment? So that those were things that I was thinking about. So my whole mind is being a politician and having impact. These were my mindset. Yeah. So and I actually was interested in women empowerment as well. I felt one or two things I experienced growing up. I wanted to empower young people as now they are trained as feminists, but I had my mindset of being a feminist. It was a whole different ball game. It wasn't about empowering men or anything, but it was more of empowering girls and giving girls a voice. That is because of my experience as well. So I thought that, or maybe if I should be in a position, I should be in a powerful position. I could change things. If I should make impact, people remember me and all that. Then through research, I realized that so there's something that I can do to change let me say the climate or something like that sort of thing. I could cause flood. I could cause the future of my kids. And I never thought of it that way. So I did some more research and I realized that all the NGOs in Ghana were targeting just tertiary institutions. Everybody was educating those in the tertiary institution. But what about the young people? Because I felt we say that they are the future of tomorrow, the leaders of tomorrow. Then why don't we start from them? Why do we have to wait for them to get to university before we start educating them? Yes, so I just felt like, then why don't I start from my community, the young people, create that sort of change? But the twist over here is I want them to also be advocates through their unique talent. I just don't want to be educating them. As a young person, what can you also tell mommy or daddy? What can you tell your friends about protecting the environment? How would you say? Maybe you are not a talkative like myself, but maybe you can actually write a poem. Maybe you can write a song. You can draw. You could communicate in your own way. That is what I am envisioning, or that is the vision of my foundation. We don't want it to be just about we, the volunteers or the trainees, educating the young people, but we want them to also be advocates of the environment. Yes, so that's it.
Wow, I am sitting here and I am super proud of you. I am super proud of you. Thank you for thinking about this and actually taking the step to make sure that it is done. People have several dreams and aspirations, but you know, there are 1,001 excuses you can give for not doing something. So thank you for taking the step. If any of my viewers wants to assist with your NGO, how do we contact you? And in what ways are you expecting like assistance from people?
Oh, okay. So first of all, you can contact us on Instagram. So our account name is asase_ya_and_friends. If you type Asase and friends, you get it. Maybe we could have it viewed for everyone to see it. Asase_ya_and_friends. Or maybe my number, if I could put it out there, if it's okay with you.
Okay.
So that if Okay, so my WhatsApp number, that's 05565909963, 05565909963. So in terms of assistance, anyway, of course, funding is important.
Yeah.
Funding in cash or in kind, and I'm also open to be mentored. I think it's very important. Starting this, I've cried. I've even asked myself, why did I even start? Who asked me? Who asked me to even start? Who asked me to start this foundation at the first place, especially in this economy? It hasn't been easy. Yes, and changing lives. Who asked me? Somebody that you just found a job. Who asked me? So I would say that I can't change the world or make impact alone. You can't fund your own foundation, but you can support us. You could be a volunteer, and we have no problem because we need a lot of hands to make an impact. If it's donations, whatever it could be, we don't just need just cash because we are dealing with art, or let me say the unique perspective of the kids. We want stationery, we want crayons, because everything is going to be about them. If they want to write something, some want to draw, some want to do other things. So ours is versatile. It's not just about the money. But if you could get some crayon, because most of this, we are targeting a lot of public schools because of the, let me say, quality education. We feel like most of the time, lots of attention is given to private schools. So we want to have more of public schools and some private schools so that at least we could bridge that educational gap, so that we don't have some people who have been educated in our community and some people are also not educated. Yes, so that is the aim. So it's not just about money. We could also get some stationery, some books to also share. It could be anything. Just let me know if you're interested, and then maybe we could talk further.
Thank you so much. I would put your phone number and the Instagram handle in the description so that our viewers can reach out to you. Please don't disturb her too much. We want serious people who are willing to help. Zipporah, God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you too.
For making the time and for sharing your experience with us. I am very, very proud of you. And I am proud that you are setting a good example for your colleagues and the people who are coming after you. And even to people who are older than you, if you have an idea, please don't just think about it, write about it, but just take the bold step forward. And thank you for inspiring us. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. I'll see you sometime.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, and click the notification bell to be notified of our next video. Until then, please make sure you have at least one good conversation this week.